Afternoon, teachers, and thank you for joining this webinar. This is being provided to you so that you will receive directly from our department leaders firsthand knowledge and information. We will begin today with our accountability department with Ms. McEllowy.
Thank you, Ms. Rutledge. Good afternoon, everyone. The accountability team can create accounts for your students that enrolled after the enrollment upload was completed. I'm talking about the IO assessments, the pre-tests. We found that in some cases, students enrolled after the upload was completed, but we can create an account for them, and that way they can get into those assessments. You simply have to email the student's name, ID number, and their birth date to someone on our team. That would be myself or Miss Sonia Kimbrell or Mr. Michael Dozat, and we'll be happy to create that account. And then the credentials will be a little bit different than what was used earlier. So we will provide those credentials to you after we create the account. Also, if you do have trouble, we find that some schools were a little bit confused about the login credentials. We're more than happy to troubleshoot with you and try to determine what the problem is, because we've been able to solve most of the problems that people have contacted us about. In fact, just to give you a little update, so far with the pre-tests, at the kindergarten level, there's been about 1,200 tests that have been completed. That's both ELA and math. At the first grade level, it's closer to 2,000. And at the second grade level, it's close to 2,500. So then we do have also the other grade levels, third, fourth, and fifth. We find that at those levels, it's more science and social studies so far that's been completed. But we're glad that people are utilizing those. Again, they're not mandated. They're there for your convenience if you would like to use them. The DRDPK and DIBELS administration window opened on August 12th and will remain open through September 23rd. The data entry deadline for those assessments is Monday, August 28th. Office hours are held every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So if you have questions about those administrations, you're able to call in and get firsthand information. DIBELS material should have been received at every elementary site. If you have not received that material, please contact Curriculum and Instruction. Ms. Sampe, the Director of Accountability, will lead a virtual training regarding data certification that was released earlier this week by LDOE. The meeting will be at 9:00 a.m. Tuesday, September 8th, and the data that was released included the ELP assessment rosters, the DCAI, and also the EL Progress Index. Again, we're here to assist and support you, so at any time, if we can assist you, just give us a call. Thank you. Ms. Rutledge?
We will go ahead and move on, and when Ms. Perry joins us, we'll come back to Ms. Perry.
Good afternoon. This is Katie Perry with the Office of Curriculum and Instruction. I have a few new things that I want to relay to the teacher leaders within the district in order to provide you with updates of things that have come out this week from the Office of Curriculum and Instruction. The first new piece of information is relevant to platforms that we have purchased as a district to support distance education for those schools implementing Eureka math curriculum in grades 6 through 12, as well as schools implementing Wit and Wisdom in grades K through 8. The Great Minds Company has new platforms this year called InSync, Equip, and Affirm. So there will be more information coming out on these platforms, and it will be accessible soon through Clever. We are working with the vendor to get everything rostered and to get this set up so that our students as well as our teachers can begin accessing these additional resources that we have purchased. The next new update is on Zern Math. So Zern Math was purchased for purposes of supporting distance education as well for our teachers in grades K to 5. So any math teachers, grades K to 5, as well as students can access the paid for district version of Zern through Clever at this point. Below this flyer, which I'll review in a moment, are additional links for you to access and utilize when you are accessing Zern. There is the first link there for guidance on logging into Zern with Clever. So that'll provide you with some information on how to log into Zern if you are accessing it through Clever. And then the next one is for student logins. So we understand that multiple schools within the district were previously using other versions of Zern, i.e. the free version. Any data that is associated in those versions that were being previously utilized, any data associated with students in our district, that data can be connected to the new district paid for version. And so that link there will support you in supporting your students to be able to ensure that they select the appropriate option when they are first logging into Zern in order to connect that data from the previous versions that were used into this new paid for version. Just scrolling up slightly to review the parent webinars portion for Zern. So Zern Math, in order to support students and to support parents, they are providing virtual webinars. And this is, of course, for anyone that's supporting our students with Zern Math, whether it be their parents, their caregivers, or tutors as well. It's to support with that remote learning and the utilization of Zern. There are dates on the bottom that you'll see linked there for various sessions that Zern is hosting for our parents and caregivers to attend. So please make sure that you are sharing this information out with your students and with your family so that they can attend these sessions at their discretion. The next new update is on Eureka Homework Helpers. Each principal this week received an email with the necessary information to have students and families access Eureka Homework Helpers. We've mentioned this on the principal call this week as well, but in order to support our parents and the parents to ultimately support our students with completing Eureka homework assignments, we provide these codes on a yearly basis, which comes directly from the vendor. There is specific guidance in terms of terms and conditions from Great Minds, which is there for you and italicized. So Great Minds does not allow that the information relevant to homework helpers be displayed on a public site of any kind. They recommend that it is directly sent to parents of students using Eureka Math via email or printed notice. We have had questions from schools as to whether this information could be posted through Google Classroom. And the answer is yes, it can, simply because Google Classroom is a closed domain where only our students are able to get into those classrooms and access the information. There's a flyer here that was shared out with our parents through the communication department, as well as Mr. Marlon Kuzin in the district. And this flyer is here for you to also share out with your families and with your parents. It essentially just tells them about homework helpers, a very brief statement of the purpose of homework helpers, and then what's included within those homework helpers and how they can get access to Eureka Math. Again, since we cannot put the code for the access in a public place, we simply have on here at the bottom a note for the parent or the guardian to please contact their school site if they would like access to those Eureka Math homework helpers. The next update is again specific to our K-5 teachers. Unlike Zern, this is for our science teachers instead of our math teachers, but our science teachers now have access to Amplify Science through Clever. So this is a flyer which is linked here for you, but this flyer provides all of our science teachers with information on the access to Amplify through Clever, how you can get into Amplify, either using option 1 or option 2, which is listed there in the table. It also provides information on pedagogical support. If you need support from the Office of Curriculum and Instruction, we've linked our support request form there, but also the pedagogical support that Amplify can provide. The last column of that table is simply information relevant to ways that Amplify Science, the company, have allowed for educators across the state to be able to collaborate on how they're implementing Amplify Science, as well as general Q&A for opportunities, just again, for collaboration and engagement. The links above, there's a pre-launch checklist as well as an onboarding site. So those are things directly from Amplify Science, but you can access those there by simply clicking the link through the flyer. And the last new update from our office is relevant to Wit and Wisdom additional text. So our office has purchased ebooks for all of our Tier 1 ELA curriculum so that our students are able to access those texts while they are off campus and working at home. Some of the texts, though, are not accessible as ebooks. So any of those texts not accessible as ebooks that are only accessible in a printed format, we did purchase. The 2 texts in Unit 1 that were not able to be purchased as ebooks are Tomas and the Library Lady or Circulatory Story. So those 2 texts are for Wit and Wisdom curriculum. They were received by our office this week and were distributed through the Pony this week as well to each of the school sites that requested copies. So schools should be receiving those books by the end of this week today in order to pass those out to the appropriate teachers who are teaching Wit and Wisdom so that we can then disseminate those to the students that need them. That is it from the Office of Curriculum and Instruction. Again, if you need any support at all, feel free to complete the support log that is linked within the notes today and our updates, or also email me at kperry@ebrschools.org.
We're going to move to educational technology with Dr. Haney.
Good afternoon. I was going to say good morning, but good afternoon, everyone and teachers. We hope your week has gone amazingly. We have a few updates today and some instructional support documents for you guys to review. First up, we have a virtual learning support video for you guys to review at your leisure. In this video, we highlighted 2 teachers at Forest Heights Academy of Excellence, Ms. Daniels and Ms. Lowe. In the video, they talk you through how they set up their classroom to maximize their space for virtual learning. Of course, we know that we are transitioning to hybrid learning in a couple of weeks, but feel free to watch this very short and brief video to kind of gain some inspiration and some additional ideas. We also have a hotspot video. So if any of your students has the Sprint hotspot little device, this video is there for them to use, to watch, and to review to assist them with setting up their entire hotspot. We will be releasing a hybrid video later on this week, walking you guys through and give you some inspiration on how to set up your classroom to maximize your space for hybrid teaching and learning. Next up is GoGuardian. GoGuardian has some really cool new features. So teachers can now connect using an audio or video call and kind of FaceTime their students through the platform. In the platform, you are able to now see them in real time, discuss, chat, provide support, all within the GoGuardian platform. We will be providing some support next week on GoGuardian on September 10th at 3:30. And then next up is Google Meet. So Google Meet has some new updates within the system. Teachers can now kind of personalize their support within the system. So in Google Meets, teachers now have the control to turn off or on the chat, as well as turn off or on the present mode within the system. So you can now control if your students can use the chat box or present their screen to their entire class. This is in a beta testing mode, so Google has provided a form for feedback. So after you've used it a few times, review the features, kind of reflect a little bit, and then come to that Google feedback form on this notebook. Click on that link and you will have access to provide support to Google. Next, we have our Nearpod distance learning series. So we, of course, had Nearpod planned to come and provide support to you guys starting last week, but Hurricane Laura came and kind of changed a lot of those plans. We are still keeping with our Nearpod theme, and we will have distance learning training starting this week. So today actually at 2:30 for secondary, 3:30 for elementary school, and then everything has just been shifted back by 1 week. So the next training will be on September 17th, all about hybrid learning. And then September, the week after that, will be all about remote learning. So tune in. They will be recorded and provided for you guys to review at your leisure. So in case you can't come, do not fret. You will have that video to reference. And then we have Zendesk. So our department, our team is super excited about this brand new initiative that we're pushing out to all of you guys. So on the EBR website, you guys will now see a little widget that will allow you to live chat with someone from either the CNI, the Curriculum and Instruction Department, Technology and Integration Department, Accountability Department, or the IT Department to ask those burning questions that you guys may always have in your minds. Our parents and families can, of course, use this little widget to ask questions, and this will allow us to kind of streamline our help and our support and provide instant feedback to you guys. And last but not least, we have Quality Matters. So this is an amazing platform, an amazing program, I should say, that allows educators to learn more about how to facilitate high quality digital learning. So we had a small cohort go through this program over the summertime. We're now opening it up to 60 educators as well as school leaders. So if you're interested in this program, talk to your principal, your school leader, and discuss the steps of joining. Just please note, however, the workload is equivalent to a graduate level course. So you will have a lot of assignments, quizzes, things of that matter, and it will take place across 3 to 4 months. We have an informational on Friday, September 4th at 3:30 for you guys to attend. If you are interested, please pop in tomorrow to learn more about Quality Matters. That is everything for tech integration. Thank you, Dr. Rutledge.
And thank you, Dr. Haney. We'll move on to our professional development department with Miss Scott.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just have a few announcements and reminders to make about our upcoming professional development. First of all, I want to tell everyone thank you so much for using the weekly newsletters, our professional development sessions. The attendance has gone up a lot. I've gotten a lot of emails requesting new PD, so we will continue to roll out professional development every week. When you get your newsletter, if you will please click on the title of the chart, it is a link and it will take you to the PD calendar. Once you get to the PD calendar, you can then register, and there's also the link to join the professional development sessions. But I just want to say hats off to all of our staff for engaging in the professional development sessions. The newsletters, they will come out every week on Fridays, and it has resources in there, including sample student activities that you can do. We will also be placing those recordings on Canvas. I am also excited to announce that we will have a website that is strictly for East Baton Rouge Parish School System professional development. It is ebrpdc.com. It is not live yet, but I am expecting for it to be live on next week. And again, all of our PD will be placed there. That includes calendars, recordings, and also links so that you can request professional development. Also, we are going hybrid. Instructional specialists will be assigned to specific schools, so we will be out to work with teachers and provide resources as needed. We are also working on having weekly professional development sessions that will focus on hybrid learning and the use of resources to transition us to effective hybrid learning. Our first professional development session is a shopping spree. In that shopping spree, teachers, faculty, staff can sign up for different sessions. The theme of the professional development is virtual learning. The schedule may change. The times for the PD may also change. I will send that information out by Monday of next week if the time and the date should change. But there will be multiple sessions, so we are encouraging you to sign up for multiple sessions. And in the schools that have really high attendance and they enroll in the buy two, they will get one free, and you will have a personalized professional development session of your choice at your site. Also, we have PD on demand for ZERN. It's for our math program that is for students in grades K-5, and we're also piloting the program for grades 6 and 7. Ms. Perry will provide some additional information regarding the ZERN math curriculum and also resources for parents. But if you click on that link on PD on demand, when you get a moment, you can get additional information about ZERN math and the professional development. And also, we will have professional development for K-5 for Amplify Science. The training will occur in the afternoon. We will have the exact date that I plan to email out by tomorrow, if not Monday at the latest. The dates will be given to all principals and executive directors, and they will make arrangements that are needed for you to attend the training. And again, that is for K-5 science teachers as well as science instructional specialist. That's all of the announcements for the Office of Professional Development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Scott. We appreciate your support and leadership. Next, we have Health and Intervention Services, and this is providing all of our teachers and our district with the information on how to safely wear a mask. The link to the PowerPoint can be found here, and I'll go through that presentation with you very quickly. How to safely wear a mask. Note that the graphics are from the CDC and the New York Times sites. Please make sure that you provide this not only to your teacher, your students at your schools, but make sure that we also share this with our parents. We want our students to know how to put their mask on correctly. There are a few steps in doing so. They need to wash their hands before they put their mask on. Make sure that the mask covers their nose and their mouth, and it should be secured under their chin. The mask should fit snugly against their face on both sides, making sure that they can breathe easily, and they should not put a mask on a child younger than 2 years of age. Here's a do for wearing the mask. Do wear your mask so it comes all the way up close to the bridge of your nose and all the way down under your chin. We should make sure our students do their best to tighten the loops or the ties behind their ears so that it fits snug across their face, but allowing them to breathe without any gaps on the side. And then here are a few pictures of don'ts. We should not wear the mask below our nose, or our chin should not be exposed. We should not wear a mask that's loosely fitted on the side, and the mask should cover just the tip of the nose. It should cover the entire nostril and not just the tip of the nose, and the mask should never be worn under their chin. The purpose of wearing a mask is simply to protect others. You wear a mask just in case you're infected, but you may not have symptoms, so you don't know. We should also wear a mask. We should also keep the mask on our face the entire time that we're in public. It should not be around our neck or on our forehead, and it should not be touched, which is the purpose of washing your hands before placing that mask on your face. Finally, students should take that mask off carefully. They won't know how to do this. They won't know how to properly wear a mask unless we teach them. So we want to teach them to untie the strings behind their head or stretch the loops around their ears to remove that mask. Only handle the mask by the ear area or the ties, but never by that nostril or mouth area. They should then fold the side corners together, leaving the portion that was closest to their mouth in the center, and then they should place the mask in the washing machine or put it aside for washing. Masks are not to be reused if they're disposable. And then after they take that mask off, they should thoroughly wash their hands with soap and water. We want to thank Ms. Dupre for providing us with this presentation on how to safely wear a mask. Next, we'll look at our special populations under Exceptional Student Services. On Friday, September 4th at 1:30, there is a professional development for our ESS teachers, and it's preparing for re-entry into the classroom, supports for students with autism. So if you are an autistic teacher, please, please, please join this session. It will be from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. And this is the link that you can access the training. If you have questions or if you cannot attend this session, please reach out to essautism@ebrschools.org. And finally, last but not least, is the Office of Human Resources. We will have updates from Shayna Wilson.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rutledge. Will you please move the screen for me when it's time? Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, terrific, exceptional EBR teachers. It's a great Thursday and we are gearing up to return to work. We're getting ready to come back to our campuses and many of you have so many questions. But we here in the Office of Human Resources can help you find your answers, okay? So if you are an elementary school, please make sure you reach out to Miko Robinson, Patricia Donald, Carrie LaRose, or myself, Shayna Wilson, and I've listed our email addresses for you. If you are working at a middle school and you have questions, or someone on your staff has questions, reach out to Kimber Corville or Terry Lockwood. And if you're working in a high school, you can be helped by Sonia Greenwich or Thaddeus Sam. All right, so telework options have ended. We are no longer going to telework. All teachers must report to campus on Thursday, September 10th. Again, everyone has to report to campus on Thursday, September 10th. Now, we are moving to our hybrid model, and elementary students will start attending school on September 14th. The dates for middle and high school students to return have yet to be published. But Wednesdays each week are going to be designated as our virtual instruction days. That means as school staff, you can choose to work remotely or report to your school campus. Campuses will be deep cleaned and sanitized on Wednesdays. Now, we know that there are lots of concerns out there, and believe me, we have those concerns too. If you have a major health concern, please consider taking some time, and you may qualify for leave or extended leave. Initial leave requests must be received by the end of business tomorrow, Friday, September 4th. If you are planning on submitting a leave request, it must be done through our new online FMLA and extended sick leave request portal. And you can find that portal on the EBR website by going to the Human Resources page and checking out all of that information. Can you please move the screen down, Dr. Rutledge? Thank you. You'll see there where you can check and click to get FMLA leave information. And you're going to want to fill out the online FMLA and extended sick leave request portal and make sure that you click extended COVID leave. Okay, all right. We have another concern, childcare, options for school-age children. If you have a child between the ages of pre-K to 5th grade, your child can attend their school of record. They cannot report to your campus with you unless they are enrolled students at your campus. But they can report all 4 days that you are on campus, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And remember, Wednesday is virtual learning for all students, so there should not be any children on campus on Wednesdays. Okay, if you need more information, please refer to the Families First Coronavirus Response Act. All right, there's one more option, and that is our limited contact option. That option is totally contingent on students. We cannot make any plans for those options right now because parents have not completed and the deadline has not come for parents to let us know if their children will be 100% virtual or not. So that is an option, but it is not an option that any decisions can be made on at this time. All right, so we just have a few more tidbits from the Office of Human Resources that we'd like to share with you. We are always looking for a few good mentors. If you are interested in mentoring a new teacher, providing some inspiration for our future educators, please reach out to Allison Brown at abrown12@ebrschools.org because she would love to talk to you about becoming a Louisiana certified mentor teacher. Also, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Self-care is so important. And we here want teachers to place the emphasis on themselves sometimes and take advantage of the opportunities that we have provided for you to relax, because we've got to relax, guys. We want to make sure that you strike a work-life balance. You may use the resources that are provided by our employee assistance plan, and it's sponsored by the Optum company. You can contact them and the number is listed below. We also have our wellness weekdays, because this week our wellness day is happening on Thursday. So wellness weekdays provide opportunities for our employees to receive practical tips, conduct activities, maybe receive some kind of advice. You might learn to cook. You might see a demonstration. You might meditate. You might get tips for activities to do with your family. There are so many opportunities that we want you to be able to engage in so that you can remain of healthy mind and body and continue working to teach our wonderful children. So wellness activities can be found on the website that is listed at the bottom of this page, but it's EBRPSS wellnesswednesdays.weebly.com. And on that note, the Office of Human Resources would just like to say thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you do. Your dedication to our children is amazing. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wilson, and thank you all for presenting today. Teachers, know that we are here to provide support to each of you. Don't hesitate to reach out and connect with a presenter, and you will notice on the last page, on the last tab, it says Department Contacts. Don't hesitate to reach out and contact someone from the department for additional support. And thank you for being a great part of EBR.